Right now on WIS News 10 at 7, the candidates are headed into the battle of Super Tuesday with a jackpot of states on the line.
Plus, some students in need of little help are seeing a real payoff in the working world.
Also, a disappointment is now an opportunity for one Gamecock. And enjoy this beautiful weather as it lasts. Ben Tanner is monitoring showers in the forecast. Your news at 7 starts now.
Live, local, now. This is WIS News 10.
And thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Dondi Mercer-Plain.
And I'm Charles Molyneux. WIS is continuing to follow breaking news at this hour. The Lugoff Fire Department is on the scene of a large woods fire off US 1. This is near the Pine Mark and Pepperidge subdivision. Multiple fires are being reported near railroad tracks in the area. Right now, 6 departments are working the scene. We have a crew en route. We'll have all the latest as it becomes available.
The SEC champs are finished with league play and are the second team ever to finish 16-0. Before yesterday's game against LSU, the Gamecocks recognized 5 of its seniors: Tiffany Mitchell, Khadijah Sessions, Asia Dozier, Sarah Imavio, and Tina Roy, who debuted her senior day poem, We Did It.
4 to 5 years ago, we signed our lives away, hoping for all of it to be over, but ultimately dreading this day. Through all the blood, sweat, and tears, as Gamecocks we fought, being the great coach she is. No matter what we thought we knew, she taught. We were promised an education, so in the long run, a better life. But the first step was to sacrifice. We did it. Now as we stand here tonight, eyes full of tears, saying thank you, God, for 4 great years. Where will life lead us after it's all over, we never know. One thing we promise is to play hard tonight and give you the best show.
In the poem, Roy thanks Gamecock Nation for their support, calling fans the 6th man off the bench. Tonight, fans got up close and personal with the players at a pep rally downtown.
Billie Jean Shaw is at the USC Alumni Center for that. Billie Jean.
Charles and Dondi, there are hundreds of fans here at the Alumni Building. They are at every corner of the room right now. They're currently getting their autographs from the team. And I have one of the biggest fans here right now, Gamecock Jesus. He tells me he's been a fan since the age of 15, and he's been going to the game since the 80s. So
yes.
How did you get the name Gamecock Jesus?
Well, the pep band started calling me Jesus years ago when they would play the Superstar Fanfare. And it just went from there because they go to all the sports, so it became Gamecock Jesus. And here I am.
Now talk about your shirt too. You said when did you get this shirt? How long has it been?
I've had this shirt since 2001, and belief is what it's all about. Carolina has all the coaches and the players and the talent. All we need is for everybody to believe in the teams, and that includes the fans. My whole job is to involve the fans because the players can feed off the fans. If you create that home court advantage, we can win.
And your job is to get the fans hyped, like you said. So show us what you got, Gamecock Jesus. How do you get the fans hyped?
It's very easy. Listen. Game! Game!
I'll show you guys. Well, there you have it, Gamecock Jesus, and you're taking all of that energy to Jacksonville, Florida, right?
Absolutely, and then on to Indianapolis.
All right, Gamecock Jesus, thank you so much for speaking with us today. And as you can see, the fans are absolutely hyped, pumped up, excited. They're still getting their hellos and autographs from the team over to the corner, and everyone's just pumping excited. I really think that with all this energy, they can't help but to bring back that championship. For now, live in Columbia, I'm Billie Jean Shaw, WIS News 10.
All right, thank you. Well, a beautiful day in the capital city, but soon the rain comes. Meteorologist Ben Tanner has your first alert forecast.
Yeah, and some of the big Gamecocks behind the scenes here telling me that I was unaware of this, that apparently Gamecock Jesus is in fact a nurse.
Well, the presidential candidates are going at each other as the race for the White House heats up. Tomorrow, 12 states will head to the polls to vote for who should vie for commander-in-chief. Despite the differences in their campaigns, all the presidential candidates do agree on one thing. Super Tuesday could make or break them with plenty of delegates up for grabs. You got 595 Republican delegates in the air. That is out of 1,237 that would actually take to clinch the GOP nomination. A new CNN and ORC poll today shows Donald Trump with a sizable lead, getting 49% of the Republican primary vote. On the other side of the aisle, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton are going after 865 of the 2,383 delegates that one of them will need to win the Democratic race. Hillary Clinton tops Bernie Sanders in the latest poll by 55 to 38%. Let's get some insight here. We got political analyst Trav Robertson and Shel Suber with us.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Is this about the closest we get to the national election night prior to national election night?
I would say, I mean, it is certainly, I mean, you're talking about many, many times larger than the single state contest that we've seen up to now. Right. So you sort of look at it as a national because, but still we are in primary seasons. The type of voter that are coming out in the Republican and Democratic primaries are not the general election voter, which is a far larger percentage of the population.
Now, looking at the candidates, obviously up at the top of the list for Republicans and Democrats alike, just because he's grabbed all the headlines, is Donald Trump. Is this an unstoppable force?
Well, we were talking about that before we came on air, and it's going to boil down to Texas tomorrow for Ted Cruz. I mean, Ted Cruz really needed to win the upstate here in South Carolina, but if he doesn't win Texas tomorrow, his campaign's done. There's nowhere for him to go, and if Donald Trump takes that type of effort into Texas, it's going to change the entire Republican side of the ticket.
I think Cruz can win Texas and still, you know, I believe he's been on life support since the South Carolina results. The South Carolina results were devastating for Ted Cruz. And Donald Trump, can he be stopped? Maybe that we'll see some numbers. He's had a rough day. But is it too little too late?
And can a Cruz candidacy stay alive with just Texas and losses everywhere else on Super Tuesday?
No.
I don't see that there's a path for victory for him.
He may stay in the race.
That's right.
He may not drop out, but he's over.
One thing you're not seeing is a whole lot of numbers these two have been going over right here as they've
got
been
them right
sitting
here.
The actual numbers of the delegates to be awarded for both Republicans and Democrats alike. Does this make the entire race in one day?
You know, it seems to be the case on the Democratic side, especially since Secretary Clinton has the momentum going into Super Tuesday. You've got 5, depending on how Oklahoma's classified, 6 southern states. With the exception of Oklahoma, all of those states have significant African-American populations. I suspect the big ones are going to be Texas, Virginia, specifically for Secretary Clinton. Sanders is going to probably do well in Oklahoma. Minnesota, and we'll see how that shapes out.
This is an area where Sanders has claimed some progress,
right,
but where Hillary Clinton certainly was dominant in South Carolina. Is that something that Sanders can continue to improve upon until he has a chance of pulling something
Well,
off?
you have to go back to before Iowa, in my opinion, to really answer that question, to the extent that Bernie Sanders had a state-by-state campaign. Hillary had a national campaign, and we're going to see if he can hang on and survive based on a state-by-state strategy.
All right. Gentlemen, appreciate you joining us. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty wild day.
It is.
It'll be a big one.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.